Good morning, children. Today I'll be teaching you chapter 1, Earth as a Planet. And I have uploaded few pages so that when I'm explaining, you can follow those pages and try to understand what I'm explaining. Earth as a planet. Now you will see on the left hand side they've given you syllabus. So we'll stick to the syllabus, whatever is mentioned here. And as I'm reading, I'll keep telling you to underline certain points so that it will be easy for you to learn or memorize those points. In the earlier days, it was believed that the earth was the center of the universe and all the heavenly bodies of the universe were moving around it. However, today it is an accepted fact that the earth is one of the 8 planets that move around the sun. It is the only planet which supports life. And from space, the earth looks blue because 70% of the total area is covered by water, and that is why earth is called the watery planet. So you underline that 70% of the earth is covered by water and therefore it is called a watery planet. The family of the sun is called the solar system. Now come down and they've written here the chief members of the solar system. Now, what is a solar system? Now, it comprises of the planets, the satellites that revolve around the other celestial bodies also are included in it, which revolve around the planets, that is asteroids, comets and meteoroids. So the sun with planets, the satellites and other bodies like asteroids, comets and meteorites form the solar system. Now they've mentioned the name of the planets and you can learn them. The planets in order of their distance from the sun are Mercury, Venus, Earth, Mars, Jupiter, Saturn, Uranus and Neptune. The next heading is the shape of the earth. Now you'll come to the 4th line which is underlined. Aryabhat, the 5th century Indian astronomer and mathematician, believed that the shape of the earth was round. He said that the earth was spherical in shape and rotated on its axis. In the 6th century, Greek philosopher Pythagoras said the same thing. Now earlier it was believed that the earth was flat and if anyone went till the end, they would fall down or they would disappear. But Aryabhat and Pythagoras, they were the ones earlier who gave the fact that the earth is spherical in shape. Now, the next side you will see they've given you proof to show that the earth is spherical in shape, and the first one is sighting of a ship. Now, they've given you a diagram, 2 diagrams here. Now, first I'll read and then I'll explain it to you. While standing at the seashore, watching an approaching ship, we first of all see only its mast. Then as it comes closer, we can see the deck in the middle, then its funnel, and finally the hull comes into full view. This can only happen when the earth's surface is curved. If the earth was flat, the entire ship would have been seen all at once. Now you will see in the figure, you come to figure, and in the figure, the first figure is showing the earth is flat. And if the ship is leaving the harbor or is approaching the harbor, and if one is standing at the seashore, they will see the whole ship if the earth was flat. But it doesn't happen. When the ship is approaching, first the topmost part, then the middle, and then the lower part is visible, and then the whole ship. So this proves that the earth is spherical in shape. The next one is the Bedford level experiment. I'll read it and then explain it on the figure which is given on the adjoining page. Almost on similar lines as described above, an experiment was carried out in the Bedford level canal area in England. 3 poles of equal length were fixed at interval of 5 kilometers. It was ensured that the poles had the same height above the water in the canal. When the poles were viewed from one end of the canal, the middle pole looked slightly higher. It could not have happened if the earth had a flat surface. A similar experiment was repeated at different places. Now you see the diagram here. They've given you flat earth and spherical earth. Now this is the Bedford level experiment. Now 3 poles were taken of the same height, and at the bottom of the canal, at regular interval of 5 kilometers, these poles were fixed. When these poles were viewed from a distance, it was seen that the middle pole was slightly higher than the 2 adjoining poles. Now, if the earth was flat, then all the 3 poles would have been seen in a row, and this does not happen. So, this shows that the earth is spherical in shape because the middle pole in the second picture is slightly raised up. Then the next point we come is the position of the pole star. They have written here, the pole star can be seen at an angle of 90 degrees at the North Pole. It lies in line with the axis of the earth and its angle decreases towards the equator. At the equator, the angle is 0. This can only happen only in an arc of a circle. If the earth were flat, the pole star would have the same height for all latitudes, meaning to say that this North Star, when it is seen at different angles from different places on the earth. And this is only possible because the earth is spherical in shape. If the earth was a flat surface, then all would have the same angle. Then the next one is the satellite pictures. Now all these astronomers and all these people who have gone to space, they clicked photographs of the earth which looked spherical in shape. Now they mention here Jean-Baptiste D'Alembert, the French astronomer, discovered the flattening of the earth at the poles. In the 20th century, when satellite pictures of the earth were fed into computers, its spherical shape with the flattened poles was confirmed. Now this evidence for the proof that the earth is spherical in shape was obtained from the photographs taken from the space. So any satellite or anything was sent into space, the photograph that was sent, it showed that the earth is spherical in shape. Next is the lunar eclipse. Now, lunar eclipse, the shadow of the earth on the surface of the moon is clearly visible from the earth during lunar eclipse. It appears as an arc of a circle. Since the earth is bigger than the moon, it is rarely oriented in the same position as the moon, but the shadow is always circular. So in lunar eclipse, the shadow of the earth which falls on the moon, it shows it is circular. So this also proves that the earth is spherical in shape. Then we come to circular horizon. The view of the earth's surface is seen from a height is circular. With increase in altitude, the circular horizon also widens. Had the earth's surface been flat, the horizon would have been the same irrespective of altitude. Now you will see in the picture given here, the flat surface in figure 1.5b. The spherical earth, the higher the altitude, the wider is the circular horizon. And in the flat earth below, irrespective of the altitude, the visible horizon is the same. So, the horizon appears broader and broader as the height of altitude increases. So, this also proves that the earth is spherical in shape. Now, continuing. Circumnavigation. Magellan's ship Victoria completed a round-the-world voyage in 1522. His ship returned to the same place from where it had started, Spain. It proved beyond doubt that the earth's surface is round. Now, Magellan was the person who made a voyage around the earth. Now, he started from one place, and after journeying through sea around the world, he came back to the same place, and this proved that the earth is spherical in shape. Another one is sunrise and sunset, and you will see the picture and I'll explain you the figure. See, if the earth was flat, the sunrise and the sunset would have been seen at the same time, not at different time, but it doesn't happen. You see the spherical shape on the left hand side, that when one part of the earth receives light of the sun, it is daylight, and the other half remains in darkness and experiences night. So this is only possible if the earth is spherical in shape. So let me read the text. The sun rises from the east and sets in the west. Sunrise and sunset occurs at different times at different places. This is because the earth rotates from west to east, and therefore people in the east can see the sun earlier than those in the west. If the earth had been flat, the sunrise and sunset would have occurred at the same time all over the world. And then they've given you the last point. The earth is a heavenly body. The earth belongs to the solar system. All the planets in this system are spherical in shape. It is because of their continuous rotation. So the earth, being the member of the solar system, cannot be an exception. So all the planets are spherical in shape. Now we come to the earth as a planet and earth an oblate spheroid. Now this is the shape of the earth. Now before I explain you, let's come to the text. Earth as a planet is a round object in space that moves around the sun, a star, and receives light from it. So earth is a planet which moves around the sun and receives the light from the sun, doesn't produce its own light. The planets do not have the light of their own. They move around their stars in a fixed path called orbit. Now, the shape of the earth. Now, as the name suggests, the shape of the earth is oblate spheroid. It is also called geoid, which means earth-shaped. It is bulged at the equator and flattened at the poles. If you see an orange or an apple, you'll see the two ends of the fruit, that is the apple or orange, is little bent inside and the sides are bulged. So the earth looks like that. And this is because of the rotation of the earth. When the earth rotates, it creates a force called centrifugal force. And this causes the earth to bulge at the equator and flatten at poles. And they're mentioned in the first paragraph of earth as an oblate spheroid. The diameter at the equator, so east to west length of the earth is 12,756 kilometers, and north to south polar diameter is 12,714 kilometers. And this diameter, you see the difference is there. It is because of the centrifugal force of the earth's rotation at a great speed, which creates a bulge at the equator and a compression at the poles. And because of this, the shape of the earth is like an oblate spheroid, or we call geoid or earth shape, meaning bulge at the equator, flattened at the poles. Now children, I'll teach you up till here, and in my next lesson I will teach you why earth is a habitable planet, or why earth has life existing on it. Now along with this, I'm attaching some questions and fill in the blanks. There are 3 questions and fill in the blanks for you to solve it, and then I'll continue in my next video. Thank you.